So now we will try to understand SQL. SQL means stands for structured query language. Okay, SQL stands for structured query language. So it is a standard language for storing of the data, okay, manipulating of the data, and retrieving means to get the data. Retrieving means to get the data from a database. So what is database? First of all, we need to understand what is database. Database is nothing but information related to any institution, any company, okay, the information which is stored in columns and rows, means a table format. Table is nothing but a rows and columns. So data always stored in databases in the form of rows and columns. Every row is called a record. Suppose, see, here I am showing that this is the data. Here, see, this is one column. Customer name is a column, customer ID is a column, so contact name is a column, address is a column, city column. Okay, understand? Record means, so one number, this is one record, this is called row. So every row is a record. Okay, second, serial number second, it is a row. So it is a row. So this customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, country, these are columns. Understand? Under customer name, only the name of the customers will be there. Under the contact name, they are in a columns. So this is called a database. Database, that is the columns. Data is stored in columns and rows. So the total is called a table. So now it is called a database of how many records are there? 91 records. Understand that? So now this database will be stored in a created in a somewhat MySQL. Okay, some are there MySQL, SQL server, so my MS Access. Suppose if you want to create a database, so we need a RDBMS, relational database management systems. Some examples: MySQL, SQL server, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, Postgres, and other. So you can create your database any one of these. Okay, so once database is created, that can be accessed by SQL. Okay, so if you want to access the database created in any one of the RDBMS, relational database management systems, that data can be accessed by using of SQL. So SQL is a structured query standard language to store the data, to manipulate. Manipulation means delete the data. Update the data, insert the data. Okay, retrieving the data. And so whatever the data stored in a database, the database created by using of these relational database, any one of the relational database management systems, that data can be accessed by using of your structured query language. It is a standard language used to store the data in this database created by any one of these. So manipulating of that data means to delete the data, to update the data, insert the data, to retrieve the data. Retrieve means to get back the data from the databases. Okay, understood that? So let us see one example, one code written. This is the example. Okay, so now here let us see, as I told you that if I run this, so here what happened, this these records of 91 records have been accessed from a database by using of SQL. So this database created in any one of RDBMS relational database management systems. It may be MS Access, is MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, anyone. So by using any one, you have created your database. From that database, by using of SQL, run SQL, so I have accessed 91 records. 91 records. Simply select, code is what? Select star from customers. Customers is the database name. Okay, from the database name select star. Star means all records. All records created. Okay. Now next is what? This is simple. So select keyword will be used to get the retrieve. Retrieve means to get back the data from customers table. Okay, this is the introduction. So next word, next introduction. So and the introduction. So let us try to understand what is SQL introduction class. So it is a standard language to access and manipulating databases. The databases created in RDBMS, relational database management systems such as MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, Postgres, Sql, so many. Okay, as I have shown here, so many. Okay. Now, so SQL stands for Structured Query Language. So as I told you, it became the standard of American ANSI, American National Standards Institute, in 1986. After that, it became a standard of ISO, International Standards Organization, in 1987. Okay. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is used to access and manipulate the databases. So what the SQL can do? Okay, SQL can execute queries against the data. If a database is there, we can generate the queries. Okay, query is what? A query from the database. I want to generate a query. The employers, I want to get the name of all the employees who are below the age of 40. It is a query. I want to get the names of all I want to generate a query from the database. I want to get the employees names list who are age below 40 years. It is a query. So then this SQL bring all the data of employee names who are below 40 years from the database. So it retrieve the data from database. Database retrieve means it get the data from the database. So SQL insert records in a database. As I told you that here I tried whenever I run this here, as I told you that everything is a record. So here record can be inserted. That is called a record can be inserted. So what? Insert records in database. So SQL can update records in a database. Update records means here this is a record, second record is there, so we can insert that record and update the record. Update means, suppose if I want to change this address, I want to update this address, so I can update the record. And then delete the record. Any record, if you want to delete any record, you can delete this record by SQL. And create new databases. Okay, we can create new databases and then create new tables in a database. So once a database is created, within this we can create new tables. As I told you that this is a table format which is having columns and rows. Okay.